Yo, what up, man? Chris, I'm checking back in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button, that subscribe button, your way in. I appreciate all the support, man. Quick little night blog I wanted to drop real quick, man. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts right now, man. Shout out to everybody in Boston. You know what I'm saying? In Boston. Appreciate all the feedback I've been getting from the stock rise list. You know what I'm saying? A few people hit me up and thought Jaden Nightwing was a worthy opponent to be on the stock rise list. I do agree. You know, him and Mad Flex was a crazy battle. Obviously, the battle he just had with Ill Will was good. So I do feel like Jaden Nightwing has been making a surge or whatever. I haven't really seen him on a lot of like URL platforms, anything, but I do feel like it would be nice if they started utilizing him more. And I do think that that's going to happen in 2025 because obviously, you know, he was someone that Norbs had grabbed as well before he got, before Norbs got up out of here. So I definitely feel like, I always talk about rebranding people and continuing to work with people or whatever. And I do feel like Jaden Nightwing is someone that, you can throw him on some platforms and have him battle a few people. And I think it'll be a good battle. So Jaden Nightwing is definitely worthy. Stock drop list is going to be dropping in a few days. You know what I'm saying? It's already uploaded. And it's a long blog, man. It's a lot of stuff I wanted to get off my chest. I tell y'all about some stories and different stuff with different battlers that I dealt with in the past. So it's kind of like a documentary, bro, to keep it real with you. The stock drop list is it's 2 hours and 45 minutes, man. Let me repeat this. It is 2 hours and 45 minutes, man. It has a lot of shit in there. Let me just say that, man. And then I feel like it's definitely gonna have a lot of dialogue because anytime you talk about people and they have platforms and stuff to respond and different stuff like that, they gonna respond. So I expect it to be, definitely fuck Chris Day on in the next few days. You know what I'm saying? But I'm built for this, man. It is what it is. But anyway, what else I want to say? Oh, Knowledge. So Knowledge did a blog about Clone, and we know that Clone. Everybody's been hitting him up with the snitch angle and all this kind of stuff. He reached out to Knowledge to try to get Knowledge to, I guess, help him out or have a platform to tell his side of the story. I guess he felt like it didn't come out the way he wanted it to come out, or maybe Knowledge didn't do a good enough job or whatever. I don't really know, or left some stuff out. He acted like he was blindsided by the fact that Knowledge interviewed his codees. So Knowledge addressed it. So I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit of what he said. I know the blog is making its way around. And then from there, I'll tell you what I think. Hold
on. Message to Clone. I've been seeing a lot of conversations behind the scenes. I saw the ARP interview and things like that. Clone, man, you gotta relax, man. Like, remember, you reached out to me to do this thing. You reached out to me to do the interview to help clear your name. I gave you the platform for you to bring, your information. I didn't expect your codees. Once you ended the blog, my man Rome asked you specifically if, would your codees have any issues or anything like that. You said, I'll give my foot if any of my codees pop up. Listen, we came in to support you. We didn't come in with the spirit that you did anything bad. We allowed you to come through and clear your name however you felt like you needed to. You had the whole video. You didn't send us the video to watch initially. You sent us clips. We had to go through all your paperwork. At the end of the night when the interview was done, that's when you showed me the video. I didn't even get a chance to watch it because it was all the conversation and the distractions. And I knew that was what truly was in question, was the video. That's what the whole thing was about. So then I get home hours later to wake up to a call from your codees telling me, this ain't what it is. Now, I don't just run to the internet and make it a whole spectacle and things like that. I call you. Everything that I did, I called you about everything, bro. You still got my number till this day, and you can call me and ask me or whatever. I gave you the opportunity to fight it or say no knowledge or this, that, and the third, or to give me any information. You agreed on everything I said to do. You want to talk, you want me, I'm going to bring them up. That's cool. You ain't have a problem with that. You never told me you had a problem with any of the things I was doing. I told them I'm bringing them to the studio and they're going to do all this. And I said, in fairness, I'm gonna let them speak their piece. You didn't make a big deal about it, like, oh, nah, don't do that. They lying. You just said they gonna troll. They making shit up or they hating on you. That was your whole thing. But you didn't stop it. So now to see you online, making it seem like we ain't shit or we're doing something wrong to you, no, brother. We gave you the platform so you can give your piece. Well, I don't got no problem with you, clone. If anything, more people said I was defending you and trying to help your case more than anything. And I knew you couldn't be on the spaces and talk to them, so I did my best to give out the information the way that I could so I could help with your case to defend your aspect of your thoughts. I'm not giving my true feelings on how I feel about the situation. From where I grew up and what I understand, you're not supposed to talk. So, of course, there's going to be a violation. If I'm walking around saying you're a snitch or you're a rat or anything like that, no, I don't care. That's your situation. I'm not doing crimes with you. I'm not in that life or doing any of that type of stuff. So you handle your thing how you want to handle it. You clear your name how you feel like you need to clear your name. I did my best to give out the information. Or I allowed you to speak your piece. I allowed your codees to speak their piece. And then the rest is on how it goes. And one discrepancy, man, I seen the ARP blog where he basically felt like...
All right, man. Shout out to Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I've known Knowledge for a long time in this culture, man. So I got a lot of respect for him or whatever. I know a lot of people sometimes can feel like he's biased or he's neutral or whatever the case. But, I can always appreciate people that's always the way they are when you meet them. And that's how they always are. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not surprised. I don't really feel any way about people when they're always consistently the way they are. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge gets a lot of interviews, so therefore he's going to keep a level playing field with people. He's not a blogger. He's not going to get online and slander people and stuff like that. He gets interviews for a living or whatever. So, and that's always been the way he was ever since I met him. So when he's interviewing people, I'm never really too surprised on the fact that he just allows people to speak or whatever without giving much of an opinion. So I know some people got a problem with it. But, a lot of respect to Knowledge. Now, this interview right here that Knowledge did, clone, you look bad as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Because you basically told Knowledge that when he asked you about your codees, you basically said, I'll give my foot if they come up here and speak. So maybe you thought that them niggas wouldn't speak, and they speak damn near 24, 48 hours later. And then at the end of the video, Knowledge was like, yo, you might want to give your foot up. So, that shit is like a fucking Don DeMarco, the way he ended that video. So, I don't want to play the whole thing. Go to Hip Hop Is Real. It's up there right now. About 5,000 views in 2.5 hours. So, it's definitely moving. But I just feel like Knowledge articulated himself well. And it does look like, and I watched you and Angry Fan go at it on Restore Order. It does look like you pick and choose what you wanted to give. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I do get it, because sometimes you can't show everything. I know a lot of people, when they try to dig into my situation, they be like, well, just show us the evidence. Well, first of all, you can't really prove a negative. So there's no way for me to, I guess, quote unquote, prove that an assault didn't happen. It didn't happen. So I don't have, quote unquote, some type of evidence to show that it didn't happen, because you can't, like, a negative can't be proven. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So, but I do have a lot of evidence in my discovery, and obviously I can't put the discovery online, but clone, I guess your situation is over, bro. Like over for some years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know why. And it's public record. So it can be put out and it's over with. So therefore, I don't really know why you're like, oh, I want to show this, but I don't want to show this, and I'm gonna put this clip in, and we can play this clip of the video. You can put the whole interrogation video out. Like, your case is done. It's over with. Like, nobody is. It's not. Nothing is pending. You know what I'm saying? In my situation, I went to court. I won. They appealed. That's kind of like why my situation is still in limbo, like so many years later, is because I won in court and these niggas appealed it. So it's like the damn near lost the appeal too. So now I'm just waiting on it to be finalized. So it's almost kind of like, for me, I still have a slight little hang up. Your shit over with, bro. So I don't really know who are you protecting at the end of the day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not just going to throw up a whole bunch of addresses and people where they live and personal phone numbers. I'm not going to do nothing like that because that's just disrespectful. But what I'm saying is that, you know, if niggas got copies of the video, you got to know the video is coming out. So the fact that you only want to show part of it and not the other part, you have to know the entire video is out. It's almost like, I guess, Easy to Block Captain's audio. Remember when Henny Man put out like part of the audio? And then it don't matter if Easy fights it. Like, oh, this didn't happen or that didn't happen. If Henny Man can put out part of the audio, which is what he did before the John John battle. Remember, he put out part of the audio. Then later on, the entire audio drops, which means he always had the audio. So if niggas can put out part of the audio, you got to think either he got the entire audio or he has access to it. Meaning he can buy the rest of it or he got access to it. So at that point, it ain't even no need in fighting it because everything you said in the audio is only going to get worse. And the more you deny the audio, which is what Easy did, it's almost like now you're going to make niggas want to go get the audio. Now niggas going to go double hard to go get the audio. So when you deny the video clone, niggas going to go double hard to get the whole video. So it's almost kind of like, bro, our niggas got to start just being honest, bro. And you get a very small window to prove your point. And you just haven't done it. You've done too much. I don't know if you thought that this was going to snowball, but you just got to look at the culture, bro. And I don't want to keep making this about Easy, but I feel like Easy would have been not in his situation as bad if he would have just owned the Pap thing in the beginning. The culture would have clowned him, laughed at. They would have got over it, though. It's the not owning it that it snowballs. Maybe he didn't, obviously he didn't think of the snowball, or he probably wouldn't have done it. But when you look at stuff, things snowball, and it's almost like, damn, I just wish I would have just kept it real in the beginning. So for Clone, you gotta know, bro, that there's somebody got the whole video. So like, you just can't be like, oh, well, I didn't say anything. All I did was just give the name of a record label. And bro, that's not what the video shows. So I just feel like now that you kind of like a little bit kind of like gave a little facade with the culture, didn't keep it a stack, they're not going to want to hear what you got to say now. They're not going to want to hear it. And then you like going at knowledge now. You don't have a platform big enough to prove yourself. So I heard that you're coming out with a video or coming out with something. I think in a video, based on what you were saying, because you were trying to say that knowledge or whatever didn't do the thing. So bro, coming out with a video trying to throw knowledge under the bus ain't gonna work. That shit ain't gonna work either. Then you name dropped ARP like, yo, everybody kind of saw the paperwork in the video. I showed knowledge and I showed ARP and I showed John John the Don. And the problem with that, bro, is ARP ain't going to bat for you. You know what I'm saying? ARP is not speaking up on your behalf. John John is not speaking up on your behalf. Doing a video talking about, well, I showed this person and that person, nobody is going to bat for you. Like, you don't have an ally. Like, John John ain't spoke nothing on your behalf. John John put out a tweet that says, yo, all I do is book artists, whatever stuff they got going on, I don't got nothing to do with it. But in the video, you was like, I already showed John John, them some real niggas. Like, they saw everything and they was okay with it. John John didn't put it in the tweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it was time for you to have an ally or somebody to go to bat for you, John John did not stand up for you in the tweet. ARP does lives every single fucking morning. He's not saying, yo, I spoke to Clone. Like, Clone a real nigga. Like, you know, he's good. He's not speaking. So name dropping him is another bad move. You know what I'm saying? Because they're more likely to disassociate themselves from the situation than to dive into the situation. And ARP so detached from battle rap, he don't care about, he's not trying to book you no more or deal with anything like that. So he's just gonna detach from it. So that's one thing. And now you're gonna try to come out with this video. You probably don't have the ability to put it on Hip Hop Is Real. You don't really have a big platform. Maybe you'll put it on Instagram or do your own blog or whatever. And this is why people need to have their own platform so that they can speak. But it's over, bro. I keep it real with you. It's over. It's over, man. You got Ballard. I saw a video from Arsenal and Geechee. They all on this rat shit with you. It's just over. You're not popular enough to have a bigger voice than other Ballards that are popular, like in Arsenal and other people. And I know, I get it. You know, Arsenal still calling Kid Slade a rat in the video too, and I don't even think Kid Slade a rat. So I get it that sometimes niggas just take shit and run with it. But you are not popular to overcome these allegations or rumors. You're not liked enough in this culture. Some people don't even like you as a baller. They don't like your style. They think it's too drawn out. They think it's too slow. I actually think you're a pretty good baller, but you're a bullpen baller that's getting buzz now, and you and Bad News are, you know, kind of had a pretty good last 18 months in battle rap, been on some pretty good platforms. But the fact that this is two bullpen artists with Bad News is another thing that's making you look bad. So when all this come out, the first thing you got to think, okay, Bad News was just 2 weeks ago. They was on his helmet. He's bullpen, I'm bullpen. So they're gonna automatically try to turn bullpen into like a snitch pen kind of thing. That's like the thing they're gonna try to tie all that together. You gotta know, bro, the very first time you finally get in front of this camera, like, and speak, and you brought Jack Boy up, and now Jack Boy's throwing you under the bus, you had everybody listening to you. Now, niggas don't want to listen to you. Piper Boy killing you. You was going at Piper Boy. Piper Boy voice is too big in this culture. Piper Boy killing you. Deotta Henny Man is killing you. You know what I'm saying? He's playing clips of when he said you was a damn near snitch, and when y'all battled each other on URL, like, he's playing that back then or whatever. So everywhere you go, people with bigger voices are not on your side, and niggas that you name drop like ARP and John John are not on your side. But you've already had your chance to explain yourself, and you didn't do a good job. And when you don't do a good job, now Knowledge is getting on you right now. This video makes it look bad because Knowledge, he ain't call you a snitch, but I mean, damn, the nigga at the end of the video is like, yo, you might want to get your foot. It's just a bad look, bro. And you go on, damn, send a nigga the voicemail, they call you right back. You go on Restore Order with Angry Fan, y'all get into it, and then you get off the live. You leave Angry Fan up there by himself. So, like, it's like, bro, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Angry Fan is like, he's too calculating with how he attacks you. Like, he's a vet in this shit. So you go on there with Caps, and Caps is like, no, what about this? What about this? No, you did this, you did this. You get frustrated, leave, Restore Order. All that stuff makes you look bad, bro. You're not going to keep being able to control the narrative by only telling what you want to tell. At the end of the day, you was a street nigga that talked in the interrogation room. You're not even supposed to talk. If you are a street nigga and the word testify is behind your name, the word testify, the word statement, the word talk to investigators, talk to this, they don't care if it led to an arrest, clone. They don't care. They do not care. If you was in jail right now and you are a street dude and they looked at your paperwork and it said clone testified, it don't matter if your testimony led to an arrest or your testimony led to somebody getting years in jail. They don't care. They feel like you should not be talking to the cops or investigators or anything. The minute you're a street nigga and you talk, you're labeled a rat, no matter if what you said led anywhere. See, a lot of y'all keep thinking, oh, I'm only a snitch if I say something and it gets them locked up. No. They're gonna label you a snitch if they can find any paperwork that says testify, took the stand, spoke to investigators. All of that is going to label you a rat if you are a street nigga. And the fact that you talked in the investigation room and then said, oh, it's not my fault that I'm just a smart individual that knows how to talk without giving up too much information, you just sound crazy, bro. And for that, it's over. It's over, bro. It's over. It is fucking over, man. You're not going to get booked. You're not going to get booked. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say you won't get booked. I won't go that far. But I don't know what's up with Bullpen. I don't know what's up with John. But to just think you finna just stop popping up on Bags and Bodies and the Riot and URL, and like you have your own league so you can book your own artists. It's over, clone. It's over, bro. I wish you the best. I ain't trying to shit on you. I ain't trying to hate on you. You had a small window to clear your name, and you can't clear your name. So it's over. It's over. So that's just my thoughts. Chris Unbiased. Holla at your boy.